Disappointed. I regret this purchase. To be a success, American Fugitive either needed an explosive story or be an amusement park. It's neither. The premise is fine. Will gets locked up for his father's murder, but he didn't do it, so he breaks out of prison. Working with other criminals, he attempts to clear his name. If it's so important for Will to clear his name, why is he wasting time on chores? I'm shocked how little self-respect Will has. This is gangster TaskRabbit, not American Fugitive. Meeting new people is only a way for Will to get more chores. He's even paid for them. They get Will no closer to solving his father's murder. The story is slower than a late-game Civilization turn. It never gets past menial tasks. Did the developers struggle to imagine anything else for the main character to do? After 9 hours, I'm no closer to clearing my name, finding the murderer, or learning anything about Will. Every mission feels like a side quest. I don't feel involved. Okay, so what happens? Will's brother will help, but only after you prank someone by stealing a car and having it repainted. Ha ha ha! What a jokester! What a waste of time, too! You might expect simple missions early on to help the player get used to the world. That's fine. I can suffer through some chores. But after getting passed around from character to character, it's past time for a story bomb to drop. Instead, you'll be driving a trash truck to a cabin. Then you'll drag the garbage bags to the truck. Come on, that's a chore I do in real life. That's not even at the beginning of the game. I don't want to play Trashman Simulator 2019. I want to solve the murder. You're instead trapped in following the linear missions. It's not only that they're dumb tasks, it's that you feel like you're working for everyone. Will doesn't feel like a free man, always under someone's thumb. I would understand if Will felt coerced into working with people he didn't want to, but he seems to enjoy the chores. You show up at their house or hideaway, get orders, do the job, and get paid. It's so impersonal. The only other quests are short racing time trials. They're fun if you like driving, a change of pace from the monotony. They're also useful for getting a quick car without breaking the law. I wonder if that was intentional. Well, that's only half the problem. The story isn't enthralling. Got it. But is American Fugitive a crazy playground where you can let loose? No. There's limited interaction with the world, and the cops are annoying. My favorite experience is driving over fences. Yeah, destroying them is satisfying, especially the sound effect. That's a sad favorite. Anyway, the cops are not a threat. They never catch you. Defeats being a fugitive, you know? The cops are not aggressive, and they won't yank you out of a car. You swap between driving and running without any concern. I know the joke about cops not running after people and being slow and fat, haha, but this is taking it too far. If you're on foot, they hop out too and will pursue on foot, but you run faster. See the problem? They're not a threat, but their response time is phenomenal. Tapping a car on the side of the road will have the police on your ass quick. It doesn't matter if a cop sees the crime. They'll come out of nowhere. That is, if you wait around long enough for them to see you. Avoid them by driving into the forest quickly after your crime. The police don't do off-road much, and it's the fastest way to travel. Let's consider some of the other rules. Hitting a parked car. That's okay, but probably shouldn't be. Dragging a body. Illegal. That one makes sense. knocking over a street lamp, the biggest crime in Red Rock County. They need a new chief of police. How can anything so small be illegal? Don't they know this is an open world game for fun? You're going to be hitting street lights and signs by accident all the time. Why isn't destroying fences illegal? Other games let the little things go so the player doesn't feel hassled. The cops in Grand Theft Auto aren't pedantic. They create mayhem. If the same thing happened in American Fugitive, I would welcome it. Something to make it interesting. These bottom-of-the-barrel cops can't even catch you. You'll eventually get in a chase, but losing the cops is simple. You might get worried when the wanted meter starts climbing fast as they slap you with a lot of small infractions. But don't fret. The stars do not equal the response. At 5 out of 5 stars, you can still escape. They're not even that much more difficult to shake. I never had cause for concern. I'll give American Fugitive credit for not only having a wanted level on the car, but the main character too. Like other games, you can respray your car to remove wanted level, but you can also swap clothes to remove Will's wanted level. It's fun, but rarely useful as finding clothes is difficult. Sometimes the best way is to just wait it out. Just park in the woods. There's no way a wandering cop will see you. Dreadfully dull way to solve the problem, though. Side note, I always struggle with games that combine shooting and driving. I always want to drive with a controller, and I always want to shoot with the mouse. For Grand Theft Auto, I end up switching back and forth. But in American Fugitive, I used a controller most of the time. There's so little shooting. But if you did want to swap back and forth, it works. Another mechanic American Fugitive handles well is breaking and entering. Burglarizing a home is a unique minigame. First, you case the house and peek in the windows, checking for any occupied rooms. Then you break a window, climb through, and the minigame starts. It alerts the cops, so a timer starts with their expected arrival. You can move room to room and search for items. Searching a room for valuables takes time away from the timer. I do appreciate when searching, both timers move faster, so it's not a full 30 seconds of waiting. If you case the place too long, someone will call it in. No peeping. That's a nice touch. But why do all the homes, sheds, and garages in this city have a state-of-the-art alarm system? How does an alert go out so quick? If no one sees me breaking in, especially a garage, who calls it in? It's so lame. If you skip casing the house or screw up and find someone home, then you need to make a choice. Tie them up or intimidate them with a weapon. For example, you can intimidate the shopkeeper with a handgun, but it only has a 25% chance to work. If you succeed, the owner flees and you can continue searching. A failure takes your weapon and kicks you out of the house. You get dumped right in the front. It's pretty funny. Do note that you can get in and out of a house without facing someone if you don't enter the room they're in. There's an alternative though. You can enter the house with the key. Novel idea. It's the best way because the police are not alerted, which means you can take as much time as you want to search. While breaking into houses isn't required, it is useful. The cash, guns, and healing items you find help. This is a free way to stock up. You want to save your cash for buying skills, not items. The skill system relies on skill points and cash. You gain skill points from completing missions. It's a basic system. An experience bar would have been clearer and easier to understand, freeing the player from worrying about cash flow, letting them go on a spending spree for cars and guns when needed. But if the developers thought that needing cash for skills was going to force players to break into houses and steal, they were wrong. I skipped buying anything else. I did appreciate being able to choose the skills I want though. American Fugitive makes it easy to skip buying items because the woodlands are plentiful with wild food. Mushrooms and berries sustain the player early on. It's a little weird how many berries I've eaten. It's easy to collect the plants when jogging through the forest. Side note, the driving mechanics are great. You feel in control even if the cars drive loose. Once you get the hang of it, you can slide around turns with little effort. It's a lot of fun. But where the hell are the GPS lines on the road? Pretty sure we all decided that's a quality of life improvement we all wanted. I could have used it. Definitely could have used it. I get lost easy. Overall, I don't want to play American Fugitive anymore. I can't make it to the end. I'm tired of doing chores. Expecting Grand Theft Auto was a huge mistake. How are the developers comfortable relating their game to GTA? It's missing the chaos and story building. I would have taken either. It's a well-made game with good driving and interesting mechanics, but no fun. The police are strange and the music is annoying. Those are minimal compared to the no fun part of it. I recommend avoiding American Fugitive.